All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and peace, love, and salutation to you, Akim, that's pushing this truth and true sincerity. I'm going to get this first precept from 2 Timothy, the second chapter, verses 15. And it reads, Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. And we are rightly dividing the word of truth. That's why we got all these scoffers coming up, all these naysayers. All right, but that's on them. But the point of this lesson is to study. And this is a response to a lesson 4 years ago that the officer Zakaria over here on the right and myself right here 4 years ago, get the breakdowns while you can. This is a response lesson. So I'm going to play a little bit of this lesson, get a few precepts, and Lord willing, you edify, because we're coming to a time of the famine of the word. And like the title says, get the breakdowns while you can. You know, you can just easily type up Great Millstone. You can just type up Great Millstone Revelation 16, and I'm not going to get it. But you could type up GMS Revelation 16, Revelation. I'm on Revelation 17 right now. Of course, you got elders pages. They got the breakdowns. You got Elder Yashawamba's page, GMS Remnant Save 144. You know, and if you search, you dig deep enough, which I was gonna get it, but I'll probably put it in the comment section or the description box. You got some brothers' pages. They got the Revelation breakdowns. All right, they got the key breakdowns. So get the breakdowns while you can. You know, search it diligently on YouTube. All you gotta do is put up GMS, a Great Millstone, and you'll get the breakdowns. All right, I'm on this breakdown right now from Apostle Tahar. Back to the basics, Revelation 17. I'm on 45 minutes, but I'm gonna go back and go over it again, because we're in the time of Revelation 17, and I'm not just doing this lesson just to be talking. You know, I'm taking advantage of these breakdowns, because that's what I said to brothers after the Thursday camp. I said, hey, get these breakdowns while you can. We're in the time of Revelation 17 chapter, and we have to be able to break these chapters down. You know, we call ourselves the prophets. We have to break these breakdowns down. All right, break these scriptures down the right way. All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna play this right quick. All right, shalom, shalom. We're a couple of brothers from the GMS Camp Atlanta Church coming back at you with another lesson. But first and foremost, we want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the true leaders of Israel, and peace, love, and salutation to you, Akim, that's pushing this truth and true sincerity. And I'm the brother Adnan.
I'm brother Zakaria.
And we want to get into this lesson called Get the Breakdowns While You Can. Because we in the last final seconds of this man's kingdom, and it's important to get these words, to digest these words, to get these scriptures. So without further ado, we're just gonna go. We're gonna bring out this first precept, and Lord willing, you edify.
This is Ezekiel 3 and verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel.
Yeah, eat this roll, eat these scriptures. All right, digest this word, get this word while you can, because hey, in these last days, man, all right, they're gonna shut down this internet. All right, there's all types of draconian laws out here to outlaw the Bible. And I was just telling this brother, brother's been doing lessons on this guy, Mark Dice, who went around with a petition, basically to try to outlaw the Bible in California because of hate speech. We're coming in some times where YouTube and all these other platforms are going to get shut down. So it's important to get these scriptural breakdowns, you know, to eat this roll, to spiritually digest these words, you know.
Verse 1, and go speak unto the house of Israel. And I want to bring out that point because it lets you know that this rose, the scripts that the brothers are going into, it is for the house of Israel, man, which contains you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and so on, man. All right, the 12 tribes of Israel, not the whole world.
So yeah, you know, you can watch this on my page, but this is a response lesson. You know, get the breakdowns while you can. And how much? This is 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago. This is in April 2022. All right, almost 4 years ago. So how much more now? You know, you got this uprisings of the people in Minneapolis, Minnesota. All right, Esau still, you know, he's coming down with his legislation, his righteous decrees, trying to outlaw the Bible. We still in them times, man. We got the end of this thing. All right, you got this weather patterns out here, which I mean, today is what, January 25th, 2026. The year of apostates, atheists, and sellouts. And as I say too, with this year, you're gonna have guys that come up and try to twist the doctrine once again. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy Al-Azhar, you know, he goes back in the highways and byways preaching madness. All right, because he's just proud like that, man. You know, that's why you got to get the breakdowns while you can. You gotta get these solid breakdowns, man, because guys are gonna try to twist up the doctrine. Guys are gonna come up from that primordial ooze that they've been laying up under a rock. All of a sudden, they want to teach again. Guys that fell off. You see that guy that fell off in One West? He came up to the Watchmen for Israel camp in Las Vegas, trying to teach them. So it's important to get these breakdowns. Like, nah, that ain't right. You know, you breaking it down the wrong way. And like I said, you can easily, like this is, for example, I typed up GMS. I'm still on this. Let me get another page. You know, Salakia. I'm gonna just show you how it is. I'm not gonna get this video. I'm kind of watching some videos, self defense videos. You know,
to do this, I needed better training, better understanding. TWP.
Salakia for that. But just an example: GMS, Revelation 16. And boom, there you go. Apostle Ariamla, GMS Info Doc, Channel 12, Shamak, GMS Shamak, the brother here in Atlanta. That's as simple as it is. Just check with GMS Revelation. You got Apostle Hard. Of course, Esau gonna put his BS breakdowns in here. Don't know a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got brothers down here 2 years ago. You know, so it's there. You know, you just gotta go get it. Another brother 5 years ago. You got the brother from Baton Rouge, GMS Sylvia Elect. You know, shalom to that brother. GMS Son of Isaac, that's Yaquab in the GMS Atlanta Church. So you could, and then like I said, you'll find a playlist full of videos. Now I wanted to get it, but I'll find it. I'll probably put it in the comment section when I find it. But some brothers, you know, you go to their the videos that they got posted, and they got the breakdowns. So we get the breakdowns while you can, because they gonna shut this YT thing down soon. You know, the family of the word, man, is coming. Let me go to Ecclesiastes 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and the Most High's name is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies, like Revelation 17:16, the beast shall hate the whore. All right, we got to know who the beast is. We got to know who the whore is. All right, to break these things down, because the Christian church, they're here it is, it's Sunday, and they probably looking for a payday. They're like, man, it ain't no ice. Here in Atlanta, they say it's an ice storm. It might get worse tonight, Monday, but right now it's pretty low key, man. People leaving their houses. I seen Moab out here getting the ice off out his windshield. He gonna run some errands. I might run some errands myself, because it ain't really no snow out here like that. You know, it's ice. You got ice on the roofs of people's houses, cars. That's about it, man. But hey, this storm is about to hit these other states really hard. All right, that's prophetic. The Lord talked about Him causing storms and earthquakes in Isaiah 28, Isaiah 29. All right, the great earthquake in Revelation 11 when these ICBMs come. That's what we're occupied in, these prophecies, man. All right, Great Millstone. We're known for the prophecies. We're known for telling you about the mark of the beast. While these other camps say, "Oh, you don't have to know what the mark of the beast is." Yes, you do. That like the officer Zakaria said, go eating a whole roll in the video that I just posted from 4 years ago. Eating a whole roll, breaking this stuff down. Okay, that's our profession. Then you got these today is the NFC and the AFC championship game for the NFL. These guys are all up in their profession, man. Matter of fact, I got a precept. Yeah, we're supposed to be occupied in prophecies, man. I ain't read this in a minute. I think it's 1 Corinthians 9 and 25. Or 9 and 16 or something like that. Let me just get it. Just give me 1 sec. I think it's somewhere in this chapter. Just type of whoa right quick. Yeah. As you know, the family of the word is coming. You know, we got to get these breakdowns while we can. And I would suggest, like Apostle Gabar says, and when you watch Apostle Gabar's when you watch all the Apostle lessons, really, man, you know, you coming in and still, like, to this day, hey, get that notebook out. You know what I'm saying? It don't cost nothing but $1 to go to the Dollar Tree. Well, it's $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. $1.25 notebook. Get you a composition notebook. Take notes again, man. You know what I'm saying? I got notes. Like for example, I'm watching this Revelation 17 breakdown. I got them somewhere in this house. It's just I was pressed for time. I got them somewhere in some rack somewhere in this house. All right, because I've been taking notes throughout the years, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna take notes again on this topic, man. I got them right here on my desk. You know, so a suggestion is to get you a composition notebook and take some notes. All right, like the apostle say, we aren't here for your entertainment. All right, we're out here for edification for the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, Lord willing, we're part of that number. So let me get this one more time. I know a little all over the place. I'm a little excited. All right. And I think it's in 1 Corinthians. It might be in the same chapter. I might just be acting simple, but give me 1 second. Let me just type it up. There we go. It's being simple, man. It's like 1 Corinthians 9 and 16. I had it in there. All right. 1 Corinthians 9 and 16. Yeah, I just want to read it. Salaki. Let me start. 1 Corinthians 9 and 16. For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of. Yeah, because this is our reasonable service. Like, you got this guy's Al-Azhar. Yeah, I retired from that thing. I did all I can do. That's being proud, man. The scriptures talk about he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. Because guess what? Even after they shut this thing down, this platform down, we put in these videos, we still got to preach the truth. You know what I'm saying? We still got to preach the truth, but it's going to be in a different form. Yeah, who knows? We could go to another platform. You know, the Apostle Tahar is always speaking about other platforms. I forgot the names of them platforms, but it's other platforms. You know, continuing on, it says, "For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of. For necessity is laid upon me, yea, woe is unto me, destruction is unto me, if I preach not the gospel." So we got to keep this thing going, man. And one thing about the gospel is the good news is preaching about these breakdowns, man. All right, we keep teaching these breakdowns. We keep going over Revelation 13, 17. We're in a time of Jacob's trouble. That's prophetic as well. So we got to preach this gospel, man. We got to get into these prophecies. And I'm going to end it off with, of course, you know, Revelation 19 and 10. So, you know, get the breakdowns while you can. Like I said, get you a notebook. You know, write these precepts down. Go into the blue letter, get these definitions. So on and so forth, man. Revelation 19 and 10. "And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy." Yeah, these breakdowns. Revelation 16, 17, 13. Shoot, Joel, the second chapter. Joel, you know, the third chapter. Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, Isaiah 63. You know, get the breakdowns while you can. So I'm gonna get this definition of prophecy, and I'm gonna close it on out.
Strong's G 4394. Prophetia.
All right, it reads, prophecy, a discourse emanating from divine inspiration and declaring the purposes of the Most High, whether by reproving and admonishing the wicked, or comforting the afflicted, or revealing things, especially by foretelling future events. That's what we're doing. We're telling you about the mark of the beast. We've been telling you about the uproars of people. Now it's here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We brothers would do lessons about the uproars of people in these so-called foreign countries. Now it's here in America. You know, it's here in America. The earthquakes and the uproars of the people in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, is here in America. Using the New Testament of the utterance of Old Testament prophets, of the prediction of events related to Yahweh Shai's kingdom, or who you call Christ, and its speedy triumph. Because hey, when you go to that's another breakdown, man. 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, when the Lord is gonna come back, he ain't even gonna lift a finger, man. And it's gonna be he's gonna destroy the multitude of men, as it mentions in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. These other nations, the war in heaven. That's what the war in heaven is. The war in heaven is not what these Christians think. These Christians, you know, because I came up in that Jehovah's Witness garbage, and I've been looking at my timeline about lessons I got on them a few years ago. All right, they'll tell you that the war in heaven was when God kicked Satan out of heaven. What kind of fairy tale is that? All right, we don't believe in cunningly devised fables, like it says in 2 Peter 1 and 16, if I'm not mistaken. All right, and they like to say that Jehovah's Witnesses like to say that Michael the archangel is Yahweh Shai. He's the Messiah. No, he's not. Michael the archangel is one of the 7 archangels, man. All right. So, hey, you gotta know what you're talking about when you out here preaching this Bible. That's why get the breakdowns while you can, especially, you know, for younger brothers that's coming in. You want to fully immerse yourself in these breakdowns. You know. And then years later, you know, you gotta sharpen that sword, man. You know, Apostle Tahar and the other apostles give the testimony of when Apostle Tahar had class, and high priest Ariel had class, they would go over the breakdowns over and over and over. Well, hey, we come in that same stead. We got to keep going over these breakdowns over and over again before you get dull and rusty and you forget. We got to keep this thing going. So get the breakdowns while you can. And I'm like I said, I'm not saying that just to say it. I'm up here looking at Revelation 17, writing it once again, get more understanding, because you get more understanding as the years go by, and you have a great admiration for these scriptures year by year, you know. So this is a continual. You have to continually just, you know, take yourself to school and continue to learn and continually to get these breakdowns while you can, because they about to shut this bad boy down. You know. It says of the prediction of events relating to Yahushua's kingdom and his speedy triumph, together with the consolations and admonitions pertaining to it, the spirit of prophecy, the divine mind to which the prophetic faculty is due, the endowment and speech of the Christian teachers called prophets. Yeah, because the real Christians are Israelites, not that joke called the Christian church. The gifts and the utterances of these prophets, especially of the predictions of the works of which set apart to teach the gospel, which is the good news, will accomplish for the kingdom of Yahushua. So, Lord, when that was edifying, get the breakdowns while you can. You can go to my page and watch this with me and the officer Zachariah. But this is a response. Get the breakdowns while you can. So with that, I want to say shalom.